There is one last portion of Aethelstan's treasure which is still preserved here in Durham, and it includes some of the most remarkable survivals of the Anglo Saxon period. They are embroideries. They are a bishop's stole, a maniple, and a girdle and other pieces woven in gold threads with silken threads on a silk base. And they're so fragile that they can't now be moved. So their last restoration in 1936 will have been their last. And we may be among the last generations to see them in this state. And that's why I'm using a torch, because to shine full television lights on these pieces would be nothing short of an act of vandalism. They were made for Bishop Aethelstan of Winchester in about 930 by an Anglo Saxon woman called Alflede. Probably not the Queen Mother, Aethelstan's stepmother, but one of his known noble lady friends who practiced the English art of embroidery, of which these pieces are the earliest and among the greatest examples. They were discovered in 1827 in this coffin. This is the 7th century oak coffin of St. Cuthbert himself, and the fact that the embroideries were found inside it reveals one of the most characteristic aspects of medieval piety. It seems that the day that King Aethelstan came to St. Cuthbert's shrine, what happened was this. The brethren of St. Cuthbert lifted the lid of the coffin, and with their help the king then wrapped the holy body in those eastern silks which are still preserved today in a fragmentary condition. He then laid the embroideries inside, possibly even combed the hair of the holy body with the ivory comb which was also found in the coffin. He may have taken a relic for himself to put in the relic pouch that kings wore around their necks, and he left a personal written testament by the head of the saint. He then remained alone with the saint to pray, perhaps even spending the night by the tomb to procure a vision. You can still see people doing that today in the Orthodox Christian lands of the Mediterranean, because to a Dark Age man, saints were practical mediators between the divine and the earthly. And they gave practical help to a pious king like Aethelstan in his wars against the pagans. And so to a 10th century man, any artifact associated with a man as charismatic as Cuthbert crackled with spiritual radioactivity. And so, when King Aethelstan held this, as he must have done, the pectoral cross of St. Cuthbert himself, he was taking on, as he would have said, dynamis on eorphan, power on earth.